Hey everyone, what I'm going to do today is just show you how I put my maker's mark on the back of spoons or scoops or whatever else, and I do that using a method called Kolrosing, which I think goes way back when. If you want to look that up, it's Kolrosing. I'll put it in the description of the video. I'm not going to try and spell it right now, but I'm just going to show you what I do. It basically involves, I put my maker's mark usually on the back side and upper part of a spoon. Kolrosing involves taking a knife, basically carving in with a point whatever shape or letters or whatever you're doing. You can do images and whatnot. So you cut it open with the point of the knife, which opens the wood fibers. You take something fine like cinnamon, or I think they used to use like ash, charcoal dust, stuff like that, and you rub it into the split fibers, and then you close the fibers back up by burnishing with something hard that the fibers then close over what you just put in the darker substance. So there's three knives that I use for this. I don't know if I have much of a preference just yet, but one is you can use your Mora knife, or another one that's similar is this is just a kitchen paring knife. Actually, I think someone gave this to me that they'd use, so I don't know. This is kind of like, I don't know, maybe just something random. But it's just a smaller blade with a really pointy tip, a little easier to hold because you're going to end up holding it kind of like a pencil. So probably the thing that I use the most is this knife, which is just a carving knife that I wrapped some tape around the blade because I don't really use it for carving. And that way I can hold it without having to be super careful or fearful of cutting myself. And another thing that I like about it is it has a little bit wider blade, so you can see that this blade is just a little wider than this one, which means it probably just splits open the wood a little bit more. So that's the one I'll just demonstrate with today. Maybe I'll demonstrate with the Mora too, because I know a lot of people have Moras out there. But so first things first. Just make sure you're being careful. Make sure you don't have to apply a whole ton of pressure. If you apply a whole ton of pressure, things can go out of control pretty quickly if something goes wrong. And just push down, make a mark. You can see how that line is actually pretty wide. And my maker's mark is just loosely based after the shape of a pine tree. And that would be the first step is open those wood fibers, and you could even see if I rubbed it right now, like I could probably pick off some chunks of wood. I don't know if I was really vigorous. What I'm going to do after that, I'm going to take some cinnamon and I'm going to just lightly rub it in a bunch of different directions, try and get as much of that as possible into the wood. And what I could have done actually is I could have done this above. This is just regular cinnamon from the kitchen. This is not, I don't know, art cinnamon. Do they have that? Normal cinnamon right off the spice rack. A little bit more. Even push down a little bit more. And then the last step is I'll take my burnishing stone, just a really smooth stone I found at the beach, and close those fibers back over. And it almost looks like it disappears. So at this point, you might be wondering, is it really worth it making your maker's mark out of this? If it just disappears right afterwards? Well, I'm here to tell you that it'll pop out as soon as you put a little bit of oil on it. Or you could just wet it, but I haven't oiled this spoon at all, so I'm just going to put a little dab of oil right there. And let's see if the camera will focus enough on this. So you see that, and then you can see how that instantly just gets so much darker. Just a couple things I've learned over time is that if you do this on a light wood like birch, it's very possible, you can even see in this one, it's very possible, let's see if I can get us to focusing on this, I don't know, it's very possible that the cinnamon surrounds the cut, so you can see how it kind of happened in this case. And the wood itself picks up the flecks of cinnamon in it. Especially in a light wood, it'll be a lot more obvious, so just take time to consider if that's what you want. I don't think it looks terrible if it happens. This actually has happened more in this one than it usually does. But yeah, so that's how I make my maker's mark. Super simple, cheap, easy, basic, natural. That's how I do it. Thanks for watching.